Dungeon Masters have a lot of things on their plate when they're getting ready to run D&D games, but one of the things that's most important is the ability to manage time. However we're running our game, whatever kind of game we're running, we're usually sitting in some kind of fixed time period in order to run that game. Now, if we're playing at home and we're playing a continuing adventure, managing time isn't quite as important as it would be if we were running a single one-shot game in a single slot at a gaming convention or something like that. But all DMs can benefit from better managing time. One important trait is to always have an eye on the clock. Always have an idea how much time has gone by and how much time you have left for your session. You don't want to do this just when you're getting to the end of the session. You want to be watching time the entire time you're playing. How long did that first scene take place? Did it take about as long as you expected? Did that battle go long? What are you going to do in order to make sure that the things you wanted to get accomplished in the session actually got accomplished? Some people are actually really good at being able to perceive how much time has passed and how much time is left, but other people lose track of time. If we're busy dungeon masters, we're in flow, right? Time is flying by and we're not realizing it. If you're having trouble keeping track of time, one thing you can do is set a timer for about every 45 minutes. That way you have sort of a pace and a clock cycle of understanding 45-minute blocks and know how many 45-minute blocks you have in your game. You could set it to an hour as well. Setting a timer so that you're getting alerted to the fact that hours are going by while you're running can help you better manage the game overall. If you're running a single session game or some kind of game where you have a conclusion at the end, always be thinking about the ending and when you need to start that final scene for your game. You don't want to have to cut from the ending if time gets tight. If time is getting tight, you want to cut from the middle. Cut out the things that aren't nearly as important as the final scene in the game. Another important consideration is to take breaks. I suggest taking a break probably every 90 minutes. It's really good for everybody to just get up, stretch, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, and just sort of reset and refocus so when they're back at the table, everybody's back into the game. If you're running a continuing adventure, it's okay to leave the players wanting. If you have a big battle coming up, rather than trying to force that battle and going late, end the session a little bit early and end it right before the big battle. That way you know exactly where your game is going to start next time you get together. The players are excited for it to happen. It ends the session on a high energy note, and it's going to be a good time the next time you sit down to play. Now there's a risk with this, which is if you have players who miss it, they might get right up to a final battle and then not actually be there for the battle itself. So that's something you're going to want to consider. Above all, keep your eye on the clock. We have a lot of different things we're doing when we're running our game. It's very easy for time to completely slip by without us paying any attention at all. If that's really trouble, set a timer or at least keep your eye on the clock. Know where you want to go, know what you have to do, and change up your game in order to fit the time you have. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can help me out by subscribing to my YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to the Sly Flourish newsletter, or you can support me on Patreon by going to patreon.com/slyflourish. Or finally, you can pick up my book, Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master. Thank you very much and have a great day.